11 days after his final murder, David Berkowitz was arrested outside his apartment in Yonkers. In his car, a loaded semi-automatic rifle. He later told investigators where he was going that night, a nightclub in the Hamptons. He was going to walk in and kill everyone. He called it going down in a blaze of glory. The parking ticket that caught him didn't just end 13 months of terror. It stopped a massacre. This is the story of how a serial killer drove his own registered car to every murder for 13 months, and nobody checked the plates once. David Berkowitz was a 24-year-old postal worker living in Yonkers, New York. Quiet, unremarkable, described by everyone who knew him as polite and ordinary. But the ordinariness was a mask over something that had been building for years. He had set nearly 2,000 fires across New York City. Different neighborhoods, different boroughs, never caught. On Christmas Eve 1975, he stabbed 2 women. 1 survived. He was never a suspect. He had been escalating toward mass violence for years, and the system never saw it coming because nobody was connecting any of it. On July 29, 1976, he picked up a .44 caliber revolver and walked toward a parked car in the Bronx. Donna Loria was 18 years old. She was sitting outside her apartment building with a friend after a night out. Berkowitz fired into the car. Donna Loria died instantly. Her friend survived. Police had no suspect, no motive, no leads. He struck again 3 months later. Then November, then January, then March, then April. Each time, young people, parked cars, late at night, the same .44 caliber revolver. And each time, he drove his own registered car to the scene and drove home. And this is where they got it wrong. Not once, 4 separate times. The first failure, fragmented jurisdiction. New York City's precincts didn't share information efficiently. The Bronx wasn't talking to Queens. Queens wasn't talking to Brooklyn. Investigators chased him through bureaucratic walls. The second failure, the wrong psychological profile. Investigators described the suspect as neurotic, visibly disturbed. Berkowitz delivered mail. He paid his rent on time. He smiled at neighbors. He was completely invisible because he looked exactly like everyone else. The profile sent investigators looking for a monster in hiding. Berkowitz wasn't hiding. He was hiding in plain sight as an ordinary man. The third failure, the escalation nobody tracked. Nearly 2,000 fires, 2 stabbings, all unconnected. The fourth failure, the car nobody checked. Berkowitz drove his own yellow 1970 Ford Galaxy to every single attack for 13 months. Then in April 1977, he left a handwritten letter at a crime scene addressed directly to the NYPD. He called himself the Son of Sam. He said he was ordered to kill by a demon living in his neighbor's dog. He said he couldn't stop. Then in May, he wrote directly to Jimmy Breslin, the most famous newspaper columnist in New York City, by name. He told Breslin he read his column every day. He said Sam was thirsty and wouldn't let him stop until he got his fill of blood. The killings gave him an identity. The letters were how he claimed it publicly. A man that desperate to be seen was never going to stop. July 31st, 1977, Brooklyn, 2 a.m. His final attack. Stacy Moskowitz and Robert Violante were on their first date. Walking nearby, a woman named Cecilia Davis was out with her dog. She saw a man walking past a parked car getting a parking ticket. When Cecilia Davis finally came forward, detectives pulled every ticket issued in that area. One stood out. A yellow Ford Galaxy. The dispatcher who answered recognized the name immediately. Her name was Wheat Carr. Her father was Sam Carr, the man whose dog Berkowitz had shot. On August 10, 1977, police staked out his apartment building. They found his car outside. Inside, ammunition and maps. When Berkowitz walked out, Detective John Filatico approached him. Before a word was spoken, Berkowitz said, "Well, you got me." He confessed within hours. 6 murders, 7 wounded, nearly 2,000 fires, 365 years in prison. He remains there today. These were not random victims of an unstoppable force. They were the casualties of a system that missed every signal, Finally solved. After 13 months of terror, caught by a parking ticket and a name on a registration that was there the whole time.